Hello, my friends. Hope y'all are doing well today. First of all, I want to thank you for your concerns on my illness. I'm over it now. No symptoms, but I do have congestion still. I've been taking a lot of vitamins, zinc, D3, etc., and it has helped significantly. On part one of the 12-inch straight edge, I had told you guys I was going to shut down on all one-off jobs for about a month and get all the issues tweaked on the 12-inch straight edges where we could hurry up and get those cranked up and running. We're still not there yet. We're very close, but in the meantime, we're going to start fitting in a few of these one-off jobs and start trying to get some of that caught up as well. Keeping this operation going isn't cheap, and here lately, the last 2 months, we haven't really had an income from any of the stuff we've been doing because we've been focused on this production work. Electricity, fuel, crucibles, refractory, all that stuff adds up, not to mention all the equipment that we're purchasing here in the last year to go along with the business. With that said, I always want to go in a positive direction quarter to quarter. The last quarter went in the negatives. I want to pull us out of that and keep us in the positives. This is a critical move for me this year because I am leaving the day job to go into this full time. I pulled my boss off to the side last week and explained to him that I have made up my mind. I am definitely leaving this year. The only thing I don't know is exactly when yet. I turned 55 in May, and if there's a benefit to staying for 25 years, that will be up in August. All right, my problem is not existing on this side. Looks good. No. Nope. That one failed. Right there. See how that shoulder just would not fill out? That's going to be scrap. So I got one good one here out of the two. So we'll put this to the side. And we'll check this one out. Alright. I think we did okay. That looks good on that side. Looks good on this side. This side filled. And this side filled. So far, so good. That's filled out. And this one didn't. Got a place there where it didn't fill. 2 out of the 6 castings failed. But that's not bad. Only 2 out of the 6 failed, not 3 out of the 6. So that's a lot better than it was. Okay, guys, we are at the point of the grind and cleanup operations. We are going to take the cutoff wheel and we're going to cut off the gates where the runners are attached to the casting. While I also have the cutoff wheel on there, I'm going to chop those little pins off the end that were formed from the bullet pins that were pushed in the sand to help anchor them. From there, we'll switch over to the grinding wheel and we will go over the entire perimeter of it along that parting line and dress that up. Then from there, I'll switch over to my die grinder and do the windows, get those cleaned up. Then to stress relief. I wanted to refresh your memory on what Sooner abrasive products are all about. They have been kind enough to keep me well supplied with everything I need. They supplied the grinder along with the cutoff wheels, grinder wheels, burrs, and the ID stones for the die grinder. If you're interested in any of their products, if you are a business that uses a lot of abrasives, check out their site. Feel free to contact Donnie Terry. He's been more than kind and generous to me, helping me along the way. Anytime I need help, he's there. Give him a call and see what they can do for you and your business. I got two straight edges sitting here looking at you on the bottoms, and I've had somebody several years ago, maybe not that long ago, complaining because I grind all the gates off down flush with the sole of the material. And I told you then, as I'm telling you now, it is to make sure I can examine the material carefully. That's part of the inspection process here. If there is any inclusions, chances are they're going to show up right here in the gating, as is with this one on top on the right gate. You see where I dug into it with the grinding wheel right here? You see those little spots right here? That is close to 3/8 of an inch. Anyway, I just wanted to show you the reason why I do this. The windows on the straight edges have been probably the trickiest part for me to get cleaned up and try to keep the profile of the overall diameter to blend with the rest of the casting. Owner had sent me, on my request, I said, do you guys have anything that will work better than what I'm buying over the shelf? Because I've tried burrs, they only last so long. They get eat up pretty good on that flashing there, because that's pretty much white iron. He sent me some stones. They've been holding up great, and they are aggressive. They clean this right up. We're going to take a closer look. We know we've got two bad ones, and I can spot one of them right now. It's going to be this one. Let's just work left to right. Now, that's no good. That's the one with the inclusion. I do have a problem right here. Right there, it's where the KER is. Can you see that? All right, so we know that one's bad. The shoulders feel good. Kind of rough right there. That's not going to pass. Can you see the R? Yeah, that's not going to work. We're just going to scrap it. So this is scrap. We said we know this one's scrap, so that already reduces us to 50% right there. Here's the other one that didn't fell on that shoulder. Scrap. So we got two. It looks like. We'll say that's good. And I don't know how I missed that. Alright, so we got one good one out of 6. Pause here before I say anything else. Yeah, I was not expecting to have one good out of 6. That's not good. I'm going to go ahead and take the pattern, and it looks like I'm going to have to build that up an extra. I'm going to go ahead and just, oh man, that's this. This totally backfired on me. Considering the issues we ran into with this batch, these have come a long way from what it started out at. Before I do anything else to these, I gotta get some 9-inch straight edges rammed up and get those poured, get those cleaned up, and then we'll get back to this. I want to give a shout out to my wife Josie, who has been helping me a lot on the side. She's gotten really good with the bronze casting. You know, on this particular job here, it's for Dave Loghead up in Eaton, Ohio. They're doing a restoration on a rumbling engine, which you can see here. And this plate's going to go on the boiler, I guess. I'm not sure exactly where, but I do appreciate her help on trying to keep things moving. Along with all this, she's also been pitching in, chiseling refractory out, patching, helping keep the other furnaces going, along with, as of last week, we started putting up insulation in the addition. There's plenty to do around here, very little time to get it done. Okay, went ahead and added some more filler to the back. You can get an idea how much I'm building it up before I sand it back down. Of course, it's not going to be heaped up this much. It's because it's locked over in places. I got it that thick on the back side. Now I'm going to have to take these out and flat lap them to get this raised material down to this plane. And this is on the other one. You can see how much buildup I have right there. But now you can see the repair I did before. I got to carry it over to this ledge and build that ledge up to come out in a straight line. And if I turn this around, I got to get in there with a file and get all that out. Hey, hopefully the wind will quit drowning out my voice on the mic. I wanted to address one of the things in this video. We are going to be making seconds available to you guys that are interested. There's nothing wrong with the material. It's all cosmetic. Some of these are going to have the lettering needs to be cleaned up better. The corners on the inside of the windows, I had an issue with several of these where the sand was breaking off, but none of these are going to have insufficient shoulders. They're going to all have good shoulders. I do have, like I said, I think somewhere between 20 and 30 of these that I will let go with seconds. These are already stress relief. They all went through the same process. They all went through the same grind. There's going to be little imperfections, just like. But yeah, you can see the lettering. You see what I'm talking about. Some of these are worse than others as far as that goes. But if you're good with a little Dremel tool and you want to chase those out and touch them up, put a little extra work into them, they'll be just as nice. And of course, I've got the 9-inch straight edge over here. I had to work in a batch of them. We had run out in inventory, and I always try to keep a dozen, but here lately I've been able to do a half dozen at a time as I'm fighting the 12s. Okay guys, I have shown this on a video before, months ago. This is a project I'm doing for Andrew Alexander, and the first attempt I made on this, I experienced shrinkage in 2 of the 3 castings he needed. Keith Rucker made the pattern. He did an excellent job on it, and the problems were not due to the pattern. It was my fault. I didn't have the riser correct. So at that time, I had some other jobs hitting me at the same time, so I pushed that off to the side to recollect my thoughts on what I could do differently to prevent the shrinkage in the next run, and I just forgot about it. I didn't mean to. It's just that chaotic around here. So anyway, we're getting it done now. Once these are finished, I will be shipping these to Keith, and he'll machine these along with the wheels that go on them, which were also cast here. I wanted to tell you before I forget, but we've got a lot of cool restoration projects that we are going to be involved with. One of them is a lighthouse restoration project. We're going to be casting bronze hinges for the entrance, I think. I'm not sure where these hinges go, but it does go on a lighthouse in the Great Lakes, and I'll try to do a video just on that when we get ready to. I'm going to turn that job over to Josie and let her pull that one off. All right, so I'm fixing to cut the open riser for this, and it's going to be in that boss. We are working with a cope here, and I will show you the results of this along with the pour next week, or possibly 2 weeks from now. Well, guys, that's all I'm going to do on this video. I'll try to get it ready to release Sunday. Because it takes so long to edit and create these videos, I can't do this every week, and I'm pushing it to do it every other week. So just be patient with me as I cut them. There was a diagram that I posted on Facebook and Instagram a couple weeks ago of it was one Keith sent me. It was a test on electrical. I don't remember the name of it, but if you're wondering what that was all about, I'll share it with you. Guys, I cannot wire anything correctly. I do not do anything by code. I am far from an electrician, and there's a good reason for it. I'm colorblind, especially my greens and my reds. I get them mixed up, and it's kind of conflicting at red lights. Yeah, I have the inability to see those two colors. I didn't realize how dangerous that can be until some buddies of mine and I went fishing years ago. I probably shouldn't be telling this. With a magneto, and I tied off the ground wire to our aluminum boat and got to cranking on it. That was not the ground wire. And it makes me sick because I want to know what the color of trees and grass is. It sounds like a color I would really like. That's why I drive a green truck. But anyway, I hope y'all have a great week, and just bear with me. Oh, one more thing. I am going to Florida, to the Florida Flywheelers. If you're going to be there, holler at me. I'd like to meet you. We are going to be taking a van load of stuff down with us to make some room in this addition. I got to get that floor cleared out before we do any more construction work, and some of this stuff's pretty heavy, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the lathes. One of them is very sentimental to me. I bought that thing when I was like 17, 18 years old, and the other one is not, but it's a huge South Bend lathe from 1918, so they're not in that big of a demand, but they are capable of doing anything you need them to do. There is a lot of wear and slop on the machine. It wouldn't hurt to go all the way through it, but everything's there, the change gears, all that good stuff. I'd like to find a good home for it. All right, well, I will talk to you guys later. What color is that? Is that blue? Yeah. Let's see what you did. A purple elephant? Is that a purple elephant? So you and Dollar are going to take a nap? Huh?